Welcome back, CSE 3200 Yukon Stores. We're in Chapter 1, Video 2. I anticipate 2 videos to get through. Use SearchView. Right now, in order to come up with a search, we have it hard-coded in. We want to search for planets. We want to search for insects. That is not something the user can do. We need a way for them to be able to put in a query so they can find photos that they are interested in. So we are going to use we're going to add a way for the user to add a query. We're going to do this by adding SearchView. SearchView is of type action view, which means that it can live in the app bar. We've done this before. Whenever we use the app bar, we created a menu. We're going to do that again. We're going to add a menu. We're going to right-click the resource folder and select a new Android resource folder, name it Fragment Photo Gallery, and change the type to menu. Before I show you code, and actually I think I have that code already in. I think I have the code for the menu already in, save a little time. I wanted to show you what it looks like in a working version of the application. All right, so over here I've got a version running, and I've got 2 things in the app bar. I've got a menu which is going to be accessed with a default icon, the search magnifying glass. I've also got the 3 dots. Remember, those 3 dots is an overflow menu. If I take a look inside the overflow menu, I have something that says, let's clear search. So I can start searching, not by typing. I have to hit that, that menu, that magnifying glass, and I can search something like cars. And now I've got my search, and I can X out of that. I think this is something that is kind of built in the emulator. It makes me hit that X twice, but now I'm back with that X. So I've got a car search, and then I could search again if I wanted to, but I'm going to show you that I can go in here to the overflow menu and hit clear search, and now I'm back to interestingness. Okay. All right, so we are going to have for our menu, let me get this full screen. Here's our code. Here is our clear menu. I have in white what we're going to actually type in. When I took the screenshot of this, it already had like the errors cleared, but these 2 are going to be string resources, which will show up as errors at first because we don't have them. But as soon as we're done with that code, we can then go to the string resources and add them, and it'll all clear up. So here, whenever we added this resource, which was our clear the menu, it was never. That means that it goes and lives in the overflow menu, which is where we saw it. Now up here for the other item, we're adding the search view. Action view class is a widget of type search view, and the show as action is if room. Last time we did this in criminal intent, it was if room with text. Here we don't have text, we just have the typical search icon, which people know, and so they really don't need the text to be prompted. This is what you're using this for. All right, so let's see. I already have this code in. Let's go here and stop this version. And I did a right click. I made a new menu. I named it Fragment Photo Gallery. I didn't name the .xml. You can or you don't have to. The .xml will show up. Make sure you change the type to menu. You will get this to start off in the design view, and I put the code in as shown. So here we have our string resources that we're going to have to add in. So we are going to go into resources and values, bring up strings, and put in our 2 string resources. String name is equal to search, and we will say that this is search. And string name is equal to, and then clear search. Now we didn't actually see these strings, so maybe they come into play later, but we have them there should we need them. And we're going to call this one clear search, or that will be the string resource. Okay, so go back, and those errors should clear up. They do. All right, now we are going to go into Photo Gallery Fragment, and we are going to add the following code. So we are going to have a set options menu to true in onCreate. This is deprecated code. You can see that down here. We fixed that deprecated code in criminal intent, but that code was far more complicated. I'm not going to get into it a second time. So we are just going to keep the deprecated code and live with it. It's going to work in the SDK version that we are coding with. All right, so the set has options menu. That will say it's deprecated. The override fun on create options menu also says that it's deprecated, and then we're going to inflate that view, and then we'll have our fragment photo gallery and menu. All right, let's get that in. Okay, so we go into photo gallery fragment, and I navigated to the bottom. That's where we will put in our, that's where we're going to put in our override of the onCreate options menu, but we are going to start this with overriding the onCreate, and that's going to be near the top. And we typically do that before we code onCreate view, just style. All right. So the default, yeah, we'll keep that default, and then we're just going to add the deprecated code. Set has option menu to true. Now we'll go to the bottom, doesn't matter where. Put it in after on destroy view, that's fine. And then we're going to override on create options menu. And this code we will keep as well. Got the menu, got the inflator. We keep the call to the super, and then we are going to inflate. Inflator.inflate. And inside our resource from the R class, r.menu. It should auto-complete. It's not. Menu.fragment. There we go. And then comma menu. Okay, so errors cleared up. I'm going to run this just to see that we get the menu appear. That's all that we have right now. We just got the menu in with the layout. We inflated the view. Clicking it doesn't do anything yet. The response will end up in the next video. Okay, it is showing up. I've got my menu. It shouldn't do anything yet. It's got the defaults, but searching doesn't work. Well, actually, planets, that's what it looks like the search is. So if I go to insects and I hit enter, no search. Okay, so that's what we get accomplished in the next video, and I will see you in that video next.